is Love is Strange. I've done this intro already, because I'm awful at my job. Anyway, this is a fan-made visual novel based off of Life is Strange. I have not played that game. So let's just see how this goes. Alright, cool. Do you want to play the tutorial? Okay, so yeah, I already played the tutorial. It is pretty much exactly what I expected. It's literally someone being like, this is how the Ren'Py engine works. You gotta hit, like, you can hit space, you can hit click, enter, you can hit your mouse button. Which, honestly, board games probably could use that, because, I mean, I know that, but I've certainly heard people be like, wait, what? You can use the scroll wheel to go back? You know, like, people don't know these things. You know, people don't know they hit the middle mouse button, the stuff on the screen disappears and you're left with the background. Now, they don't go over that, but, that's just a thing if you ever play a Ren'Py engine game. It's kind of funny because you got a talking hot dog called McDog, which is pretty great. What's mixed up? I don't know what's mixed up with you! That does not work. That joke? Doesn't work. Okay, we're gonna skip it. Insert groan here. Hit the snooze. No, I'm gonna get up. Guess I better get up. The air's a little chilly as I push the covers off. One glance in my mirror is enough to tell me that I look like a total zombie. In other words, it's a typical morning for me. Someone's playing music. People I share a dormitory with are worse than roosters. Oh well, at least I'm up. I shouldn't make it a habit to be late to class anyway. I stretch out yawning as I make my way to the window and feel the sunlight on my skin. Lisa seems to be enjoying it too. She's grown like crazy over the past year. My mom would be so proud. When I first was at this scene, I was asking if that was maybe a cat, because I don't know the characters in the game. But now I'm thinking it's probably a plant. You probably named her Plant, right? Because there's a plant in the window. And yeah. Wow. Whole year already. It's hard to believe I've been a Blackwell for that long. I'm so glad that I came back to Arcadia Bay, not just for Blackwell Academy. Although I'd be lying if I said that wasn't a huge part. I liked Seattle, but I never really felt like home. Arcadia Bay is the place I grew up in, the place where I made all my best memories and had so many adventures. Each one's a little different, as every new day. Pirates and superheroes. This was the best place to grow up. Well, I'm biased, but I really do feel that way. I don't want to sell Seattle short, of course. I lived there for 5 long years. I really do miss my friends there. My parents would be so glad to see them this summer. What? And my parents. I was so glad to see them this summer. But I know that coming back here was the right choice for me. I'm technically an adult now, which is something I'm still getting used to. Definitely still feel like a kid in a lot of ways. I'm lucky to have my parents' support and my scholarship, which I've somehow managed to keep into my 2nd year. Go Max! And I can't forget one of the most important parts. Blackwell's brought me back to Chloe Price, my best friend. It took a long while. Well, it took a little while, but it picked up right where we left off. Actually, we did even better because we didn't exactly part under the best circumstances. But the greatest thing about Chloe is she's brutally honest with her feelings. Those first few weeks were seriously awkward, but we got through it. I'm determined to be there for her now, even if I couldn't before. Luckily, someone was there for Chloe while I was gone. Rachel Amber. She's totally gorgeous. She's a really great person too. She's almost too perfect. But she's one of those girls that's just impossible to hate, although Victoria Chase seems to have found a way. At first, I thought that Rachel and Chloe were total opposites, but they're really more like wolves in the same pack. Let's just say that knowing the both of them is like being accessory to every incident of dubiously criminal mischief in the Bay. But even if I didn't have Chloe and Rachel, I've got other friends here too. Dana, Stella, Alyssa, anyone whose name ends in A. Well, I can count almost everyone on my floor as a friend. Even Brooke, who is, abrasive. Took some getting used to, but it's just her way of being friendly. Pretty impressive for a shy geek like me, am I right? Take Kate Marsh, for example. She's one of the very first people who befriended me at Blackwell. Kate is probably the most kind-hearted person I've ever met. She's an incredibly talented artist. She's one of the only students at Blackwell that unabashedly wears her heart, or I guess her religion, on her sleeve. I know that she gets flack about it sometimes, but I think it's really cool that she worked so hard to create a comfortable environment for other religious and or abstinent students, even if I'm not in her Bible study group or anything. I get along with almost everybody, except my neighbor across the hall. Victoria Chase is the head of the Vortex Club, with all the reputation that goes with it. Yes. Vortex Club. Even after a year, I'm not entirely sure what the Vortex Club even does, aside from underage drinking. Heard that being in it is good for your resume, but I've never seen them doing anything to actually improve or benefit the school instead of partying. Oh well, it's not really my place to judge, even though Victoria herself does a lot of judging. Hasn't she heard the old adage about not saying anything at all if you've got nothing nice to say? It's hard not to wither under the ice queen stare first, or feel totally lame in the presence of her $6,000 camera. She's a great eye, though, give her that. Can't spend all morning daydreaming by the window, though. Gotta get to class. Don't want to miss my first class. Oh, I've gotta get dressed, so I don't want to miss my first class. Especially because Mick's dog told us last week that they had a surprise coming up on Monday. I wonder what it'll be. So Mick's dog's a character? Is that from the original game? What? It was a talking hot dog guys. Or they were a talking hot dog guys. I don't know what to think anymore. They're one of the best teachers I've ever had. They're always supportive of my work and always smiling. New Blackwell Academy took on the best of the best. But I had to experience it to believe it. This talk is so freaking cool. Better hurry up and get going. Then maybe I can find some time to hang out with my friends before class starts. I have a feeling that Chloe and Rachel are going to laugh at my generic brand t-shirt and jeans like they always do. But I've come to terms with my style. I should make sure I have everything before I need to head out. Is this actually a choice, or is this literally just like, do all of these in sequence? Because you have to do all of it. Like, this is so weird. Chloe gave me one of her punky spiked bracelets a few months ago. I'm clumsy, so I thought I'd instantly take my eye out wearing it. But it turns out that the secret to thrashing is that the studs are actually pretty dull. I guess I really am ready for the mosh pit now. Shaka bra. I don't know how to say that properly. Is that a thing? Do people say that? Shaka bra? The bracelet that I slide on next to it is all woven rainbow threads. Rachel gave it to me. Pretty surprised when she did. Rachel's got like a zillion friends. Maybe she makes them for everybody. Put on bag. Can't forget my bag. Don't want to forget my camera either. I'm glad it's managed to survive this long. It's really old and not in a cute faux vintage way. It's legit ancient. But that's what I wanted. Totally timelessness to my photos. A total timelessness to my photos. As I slide my camera into my bag, I look at the little dough pin that Kate gave me a few days ago. It's a warm bronze color. She said that she found it in a bookshop in Portland and that she thought I would like it. I do, but I'm just flattered that she thinks of me at all. Boop! Check phone. Can't leave my room without a quick scan at my feed. Modern equivalent of reading the morning newspaper. That's true, I'll agree with that. That's the millennial condition, I suppose. Blah, blah, blah. Of course, Victoria's already posted her morning mirror selfie. Liked by 28 people, posted 5 minutes ago. But she does look really nice in that cashmere sweater. I'd hit like too, but I know she's not interested in my approval. She might never wear that sweater again if I did. Nerd cooties. I'm kidding. always weird. Okay, I'm gonna break character for a minute. Just be like, that's one of the worst things. Is that hypocrite character who's like, oh, they're so judgy, and like they just constantly judge that person for being judgy. It's anyway. Sorry. At least he acknowledges it. I think I've got everything. I have a feeling I'm forgetting something. Oh, my journal. Can't live without it. Take it just a bit everywhere. Okay, I was waiting for that to show up because in the tutorial they mentioned that there's a journal, and I was like, how do I get to my journal? Okay, cool. Guess it's a little old-fashioned for me, and I know that just getting a blog would be way more secure, but I'm used to writing in it every single day. Something about actually writing. Just like there's something about actually reading, you know? Like it's not about conveyance of thought, it's about that act, you know? I don't know. There we go. All set. So it's always weird when a game adds a feature like this because there's never really a break to go look at it, you know? You gotta make your own break. Holy crap. This is why no one ever reads the journal. You gotta give it to you slowly, you know? You need to slowly pace it out, right? Or let us discover it through play. You can't just be like, here's a bunch of backstory, better know it. Now for me, I would just read this. Do you want... Screw it, you can skip ahead, it's a video. September 3rd. New school year, new journal, same old me. Gotta say that finally filling my last journal up all the way made me kinda sad. Lasted me the whole year, and completing the last page felt like, well, like closing the book. But it was really satisfying too. I overstuffed it with memories and all the amateur scrapbooking I did in it. So I'm always going to have something to look at when I want to relive all the good times I had here at Blackwell during my first year. Put it in a super secret place. Hint to self in case I made it way too secret and I forget. Dorothy! I think that's what it's supposed to be. Pronounced the second O. Dorothy Lang. Lange? So that's actually interesting. The tutorial said there's There's 32 achievements, which surprised me for a visual novel, unless it was like a Long Live the Queen style game, which it clearly is not. It's not like that. I doubt it. So yeah, maybe there's actually like a little bit of exploration element. I can clues to find things. I hope. I don't really know what the exact from the gameplay. At least there's a little bit more interactivity here than just going like kinetic novel style. Better since I have the opportunity to go through this. And then I went to buy a new notebook. That's this one. So, hello, new journal. I'm Max Caulfield. I'm 17, at least for the next couple of weeks. I want to be a photographer. I also like to play guitar and doodle. Pretty basic, huh? I don't know what this year's going to be like, but if it's anything like my first year here, it's gonna be awesome. Fingers crossed. Time to get going. It's 9:42 a.m. and I don't want to miss my first class. I'll update later with my deets. So if I just hit space, will it count as if it was like reading a normal thing? No, I actually have to hit next. Okay. Ooh, interesting. Enter? Ah, okay. Okay. I dig it. September 5th. I lied about updating it later. Oops. In my defense, the last 2 days have been a whirlwind. I'm still trying to get used to my schedule, and I wanted to catch up with all the people I didn't get to see over the summer. I lucked out, and I share a lot of classes with my friends this semester. I'm so glad I convinced Chloe to take photography. Okay, so I didn't play the other game. I don't know much about it. For all I know, she gets into photography, but from my first impressions version of what that game was, that's really funny to me. Maybe it's not so out of character. I don't know. Anyway. She's in a bunch of science classes too, so I think she's glad for an easy art class. Rachel's in my photography class too, and so is Kate, so is Victoria, which should surprise approximately no one. Of course, I have a shit ton of homework already, but that's part of the course. I'm actually pretty happy about it. I know it's weird, but over the summer I missed everything about Blackwell. That includes the homework. I'm pretty sure I won't be saying that once I actually get started on it. But let me live in a blissful ignorance for a little bit, okay? And it's weird, like, I'm not embodying the character here, you know? It's not like she's like, well, time to go to class, pulls out her book, plops down, and starts reading. I'm like, I forgot all of this, because I'm an amnesiac, you know? Like, no. But whatever. We gotta do our research. Cool. So we were 8. So this is every 3 days? No, it was 3rd, then 5th, then 8th, something like that. I don't know. The Vortex Club is already wallpapering the entire school in their party posters. Rachel's trying her best to get me to go. LOL. I know a lot of the, like, faux millennial slang in Life is Strange people, like, really reacted negatively to, but I wasn't ready for that. I understand someone in real life saying LOL. I understand you I'm sorry. Sorry, I'll get on with it. That makes no sense. That just... Okay. I mean, I get it. It conveys a different sense of thing. It's me saying LOL, not me saying LOL, or not me saying... I mean, I would have read it LOL if they wrote LOL. I would have. Okay. Picture it now, me, wedged into a corner with a migraine from the music, wondering why the floor is all sticky. No thanks. Why is the floor all sticky? Chloe already got her first attention. Highly impressive. I sneaked in snacks for her through a window like a ninja. I had to stand in a bush and signal her. I am nothing, if not an amazing friend. Nice. Jade and I have a tea date set up for today. I'm actually waiting for her to finish getting ready. Then we're off to the races. It'll be really awesome to finally sit down and have a good talk with her and catch up after summer vacation. I got to talk to Mom and Dad today. I had to coach them through getting the video chat set up for the millionth time. But it was so nice. I miss them a lot. They're really proud of me for keeping my scholarship for year 2. It feels so good to know that they've totally got my back on my quest to become a real artiste. I would never have been able to come here at all if it weren't for them. And Kate's just texted me that she's ready to leave, so gotta go. See, she didn't write GTG. I don't know. I don't understand you, Max. So what's actually happening here? I thought that we were on the first day right now. Right? So I was assuming that this was her journal from last year, and this was like a whole year, which would be ridiculous in 20 pages. But maybe this is, So maybe I'm not on the first day. Maybe she just meant like the first class of the day. I don't know. Whatever. I should have guessed that I'd butt heads with Victoria Chase eventually. It's just a matter of time. Sigh. Written sigh. Thought after all the bitchiness last year, she might have had some kind of realization during the summer and adjust her attitude. But nope. It was for the dumbest reason, too. Not that she's ever had a good reason to pick on me. She tried to accuse me of stealing a tin of cookies. What? She says it went missing from the kitchen, and then she saw me coming out of it. Oh shit, because that's where they keep our food. It's barely even a coincidence. That dog cracked me up because at first I thought it just said nope above his head. Nope! Noping out! I swear that she's just looking for reasons to bother me. Like she's just constantly dying to get on my case. She doesn't even care. For someone like her, bad press is still press, I suppose. Just have to keep being the bigger person about it. But she gets me so mad. Woof. Rachel gave me a friendship bracelet today. I'm as surprised as you are. Yes, me, the journal. I am very surprised for you. This person that you've only described as a friend so far. She and Chloe and I went, get this, bowling. It was us three and a bunch of old people there for their league game. But it was actually really fun. Chloe strikes the pins down like a wrecking ball. She and Rachel were neck and neck. Meanwhile, I became very acquainted with the gutter. But it's cool. It's not like I wanted to win or anything. Or anything. We had cheese fries the whole time and then went for a walk. But then Chloe dropped Rachel and I off on campus before heading home. We went back to the dorms and Rachel said she had something for me before giving me the bracelet. Little old me, you shouldn't have. For reals though, it was so unexpected. Rachel's so nice and the bracelet is rainbow and I'm wearing it right now. Right next to the bracelet Chloe gave me at the end of last summer. And now we need to sleep off all these cheese fries and I feel like I'm about to explode. I read it correctly. Yep. Yep. September 18th. I should think about joining a club. Everyone else is in one, except Chloe. Kate runs a couple of them, but seeing as I am not very religious, I feel really awkward going to her. I got her advice about it anyway. She told me that there is a Halloween committee. Yes. Okay, so actually this would be kind of interesting. If the game, brings you to choices, but doesn't give you the context to make an informed decision if you hadn't read the book. I don't know if I'd like that mechanic or not, but it's something to think about, right? Like the idea of being like, I heard about the clubs that you could join. Chloe's in this one. Kate's in this one. Rachel's in this one. And it's like, oh, it's classic visual novel. Choose the club that the person you're trying to date is in, right? Except they don't tell you who was in them when you actually make the choice. You have to get that information from your book, in which case the game is kind of like an investigative, explorative game, which are the kind of games I really dig. Like, one of my favorite visual novels, which I don't even think of as a visual novel, but it's classified as such, is Digital: A Love Story. And in that, you gotta read everything, because if you don't have the clues to progress. Like, it doesn't just linearly progress. You need to, flip the right switch. So that'd be kind of interesting. I don't know. Dana Ward's in charge of it. I might go talk to her about it today. I'm a little shy to try and join, even though Dana's my friend. So, like it was, I asked Kate if she'd join with me. Because Kate is a literal angel, she said yes. We're gonna go to get some details on it later. I'd better start planning my costume. I know, Dana's intense about this stuff. It's Max and Chloe! I mean, probably. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's Chloe and, that Rachel girl? Look, I don't know. I just know that that's Chloe. Because she has a hat. I am so informed about this game. My birthday was so good. Cake at the Two Whales with a few of my friends. And then a little trip to Portland with Chloe. So glad my B-Day fell on Saturday this year. And the presents are mine. Are mine. Oh, man. Chloe was all mad at Rachel today because Rachel canceled plans on her. She was all huffy. It was kind of cute. I asked her why, and she said she didn't know. I went knocking on Rachel's door later, and she took 2 whole minutes to answer. Now, I don't know if that means when she did, I saw why. Okay. I was about to say, I don't know if that means she, spent 2 minutes being like, oh, I can tell you exactly what my problem was. Let me tell you. But no, it meant took minutes to answer the door. She got a nasty cold. It was almost funny to see indestructible Rachel Amber with a sniffly red nose. Sad as much, Max? But I did feel sorry for her. I promise. I relayed the info to Chloe and she felt bad about getting upset. We went to the market and came back with lemon tea and soup. And Chloe went wherever she does when she picks up weed and scored a few ounces. The look on Rachel's face is priceless when we gave her the get well soon kit. The writing's pretty good in this so far, I'll be honest. Even though, like, it's not dialogue, it's just like, this is someone writing a journal. I'm a person who talks to myself constantly. So someone writing a journal where they're like, shut up, Max, you're an idiot, is pretty great. Because I can relate to that. Not in like an actual writing it down way. Well, actually, when I update my blog, I think I do refer to myself in the third person. Well, no. That's a different thing. Anyway. She kept thanking us, but told us to go away so that she wouldn't get us sick. Chloe said, fuck that, and sat in a room with her anyway. So if Chloe's sick next week, we'll all know why. Okay, we're about to turn the page. Does it say Chloe got sick? Damn, does the Vortex Club ever face consequences for anything? I guess not. They held last weekend's party out on the football field. It was insane. They had a live band and fireworks. Fireworks! I could see it all the way from the dorms. There was no way that it wasn't reported, but of freaking course, not a single cop showed up. The field was completely trashed the next day. Looks like a tornado hit it, or like a really stanky 5-day hippie love festival happened out there. It's lovely. I don't know why I'm delivering the lines this way. Since it's not like dialogue, you know, it's not like, oh, this is someone's internal monologue, or someone actually speaking. I feel like I can say it however I want. Gym classes have been canceled, and the Bigfoots won't be able to play this weekend. They're called the Bigfoots? Is that actually from the game? Okay, sure. Okay, if I were Principal Wells, I'd send Victoria Chase and her minions out there with trash bags to pick up all of it. But he's not doing shit about it, as usual. And of course, okay, now I'm curious, how would you write Yuge? Right? Because I can imagine this character being like, as Yuge, but you gotta write down the word usual when you book, because how do you spell Yuge? I don't know. Is it U-S-S-E, maybe? It's like use, but Yuge? Anyway, I'm asking the important questions. Okay. And of course, you won't stop talking super loudly about how awesome and great the party was. Whatever. I think she makes sure I'm in earshot before she brings it up, as if I even care. But maybe I should thank her. I mean, I don't have to go to the gym this week. It's a silver lining into everything. Or, in this case, gold. Wow. You flipped real fast there. October 2nd. Kate's spending a lot of time in her room lately. I haven't been seeing her in the TV lounge very much, even though she's usually there for movie nights. I know she's Mixed Dog's assistant and that her art course load is super heavy. Homework has been really dragging me down too. I should try to get her to take a break so that we can both do something fun and relaxing. October 4th. Kate said that she can't do anything with me this weekend, which was pretty disappointing, but I'll deal. Today in class, Mixed Dog told us that they've got a surprise lined up for us on Monday. Great. Now I'm going to spend all weekend dying to know what it is. Can't concentrate. Thinking a surprise. Hoping it's something super cool. I want to put my mad photo skills to work. And I guess that's where we open, right? This is that Monday that they're talking about. Cool. I think that's it for right now. That was our first little, I got out of my dorm room and I read my journal. Alright, cool. Ooh, look at that. I've saved the game. Well, there you go, everybody. Look at me. I'm not looking at anything. Sorry. Alright, cool. Peace.